Did Joe Biden sell pardons? Y'all like the video right here? And check this out.
I'll tell you something that I haven't said before because it came from a Secret Service whistleblower this past year. I talked to so many of them after the attempted assassination of President Trump, but this Secret Service whistleblower actually was assigned to Biden, and he told me that Biden used to get lost in his closet in the mornings in the White House. I mean, the guy literally stumbling around in the White House residence couldn't find his way out of his own closet. The President of the United States.
And there's also been a lot of discussion recently about your mental and physical capabilities while you were in office.
You can see that. I'm mentally incompetent, and I can't walk, and I can beat the hell out of both of them.
Do you have any regrets?
No, I don't. Look, we have a lot going on.
What the fuck?
I think we're at a really difficult moment. Not only in America, but in the world. I think they're one of those inflection points in history. The decisions you make in the next little bit is what things look like.
You what?
I'm very proud.
All right, that's Senator Josh Hawley saying a Secret Service whistleblower revealed that Joe Biden's cognitive decline was so bad he would literally, quote, get lost in his closet at the White House in the mornings. And that was Joe Biden really not making much sense, as he said he also said he'd like to beat the hell out of Jake Tapper and Alex Thompson, who co-authored their book about the Biden White House cover-up of Biden's cognitive decline. Joining us now from House Oversight, Congressman Tim Burchett. Congressman, it's a pleasure always to have you on. It's so good to see you again. What is your reaction to what you just heard? Should there be a special counsel appointed at the Justice Department to probe this? Because we're hearing a lot of bad information coming out of what really happened.
I think so. I think you're going to see a lot of this. That rush you're hearing in Washington now is the senior staff members of Joe Biden's administration lawyering up, because they're going to have to show, somebody's going to show the paper trail from where some of these pardons and other things that went on the last few months, the thousands of pardons that were given. There's no way in the world Joe Biden knew who they were, Liz, and you know good and well that there had to be a transaction. In Tennessee, years ago, we had a governor before Lamar Alexander. It was called clemency for cash, and they were literally selling pardons, and they had to swear Lamar Alexander in early. Now, you fast forward to today's time where the paper trail with the computers and everything else, I believe there will be one, but I suspect in the end, everyone will throw it on Joe Biden's lap, and then he will be incoherent.
Wait, do you think, so let me just be clear, but you're saying there could be cash for pardons involved here, like with that other case? I mean, because we have Senate Judiciary led by Senators Eric Schmitt and John Cornyn. They're not going to investigate at Senate Judiciary. They're going to hold hearings in Senate Judiciary next month. They're also asking for a DOJ investigation. I mean, this hit the U.S. It impacted the war in Ukraine. He opened the borders. It hit U.S. energy. And Speaker Johnson says Biden did not know he signed an order that banned the export of U.S. liquid natural gas. Now you're saying there could be a cash for pardon scheme involved.
Yeah, if Schmidt gets a hold of him over the Senate, he's one tough customer. He'll take care of it. But the truth is something had to transact, Liz. Somebody just didn't walk up to that auto pen and tell somebody, one of these staffers, to do it. There had to be a transaction or something. So yeah, that is exactly what I'm saying. This White House, the prior White House, basically had a cash register there. If you look at the transactions, Ukrainian to Hunter and just on down the list, and we had a Justice Department that was inept and corrupt and wouldn't investigate anything.
We got to get to this. Yeah, we got to get to this. Jake Tapper's new book that he co-authored describes former First Lady Jill Biden as, quote, one of the chief deniers of Joe Biden's deterioration, that she demanded to be called Dr. Jill Biden and pushed hard for Biden to run again, that Jill Biden even sat in on job interviews to vet White House aides, vetting them to keep score of who was loyal to them, and grilled aides about things like how many reporters are going to be covering her events, and that she fumed with resentment when Joe got pushed out. Final word.
I think that's why you're seeing her chief of staff is in the spotlight now, and I suspect if I was him, I would lawyer up as well, because there'll be a paper trail going back to Dr. Jill Biden, if that's what she prefers to be called. And so I suspect you'll see more of it.